So today I'm putting a amp and a sub in my wife's car. Been putting it off for a while. She got a new car, sold the Jeep. So I think it's a 26 Honda HRV. We're gonna put a JL Audio 10 W1 and a JX500. She's had it for years. Works great. No reason to get anything newer for her. So I'm gonna just quick video how I do it. I do car audio for a living, so everyone's got a different way of doing these things. I'm just going to show you the way I do it. It works. I never have comebacks. And I'm going to kind of show you how to disassemble the car to run your amp wires. These are fairly new. I have not even done one of these at my shop yet, so doing this at home so I can record it. So yeah, let's do it. First thing I'm going to show you is where I come with the battery cable. So what I do is I love utilizing factory grommets. I just feel like if there's room and you can safely get the wire through, it's definitely a better option than drilling a hole. So right here you can see I cut a slit through this factory rubber grommet. It's located right behind the battery. And I will show you from the inside of the car. So in here under the kick panel, you can see a little slit on the right side. I'm gonna try to record me pushing the wire through. I don't have the greatest tools here at my house, but give me 2 seconds. I'm going to show you pushing the wire through. You can use whatever brand amp kits you want. I am a big fan of the JL Audio. It's more like a 6 gauge. I think that's what they call it. I'm also going to use JL Audio RCAs, JL Audio remote wire. This is what was in our last car, so we're going to use it in this one again. Just a good quality line up a converter. Of course, I'm going to run the bass knob, but let's see if we can get a picture or video shoving this power wire through. So, like I said, I got the slit cut. I'll try to push that through. There we go. So I do this. You've got to be careful. Some people don't like this method because if you're careless, you can nick the factory wire or pinch it, or it could go catastrophically wrong. That's why some shops only let their installers drill a hole. But at a brand new car, I don't like drilling holes, so I always try to find a grommet. So that's how easy it was to get the wire. I'm going to drill my fuse holder right there. Of course, our wire loom, all that. I'm not going to leave it like that. But yeah, so you kind of see I'm reusing the amp kit that was in our last car because there's nothing wrong with it. So yeah, give me. Okay, so here we are, about 5 minutes later. Wire through, wire loomed, fuse holder mounted, not connected yet to the battery. We're not going to connect it till we get done so that we don't have fireworks inside the car. But yeah, that's how I do that. Looks pretty clean. We do own this car, so we don't have to worry about leases or anything like that. No extra holes, no wires cut, nothing strange. So next I am going to show you where I connect the remote wire. Alright, quick tutorial. So, panel. You can see I kind of have it loose. So, you're going to pull this off. I'm going to try to do this one-handed. That's how easy this is to pop loose. That whole panel falls off. Traction control. You're just going, sorry for the freaking all over the place. You're just going to release this clip, unplug that, set this whole panel off to the side. Come back. Now we can see the complete fuse panel, which I've already tapped into for her dash camera. So now that we have that loose, I'm actually going to place her base stop. There was a little cubby here, and I'll show you that in a minute. But let's go ahead and pop this panel loose, one-handed. It's not super hard. Just unclip it. That easy. Lay that off to the side. Come back. I like to pull this trim up just to get it out of the way. It's not, you don't have to. It just makes things easier. Now we're going to pop this loose. One-handed, as you can see. Not rocket scientists. Pull that loose. There's a clip there and a clip there which stayed in the car, and I'll get it out. Now we can route this wire over through here, down through the carpet, and that direction. Give me just a second. Before we pull all the wires, I'm going to connect at the radio. So give me 2 seconds and I'll show you how to pull the radio out. Okay, so pretty simple here. We're going to stick something plastic right underneath that. Just any plastic. On this, there is a connector there. Just push the white tab, unplug. That's out. Now, let me find the screws. So you can't really see. I don't know if I can show you with the camera. Yep, that 10mm bolt there, that 10mm bolt, and that 10mm bolt. We don't need to take those out because we're not going to pull the whole radio out. So the two connectors that you do need on the back of the radio are this one and this one. On a second note, some vehicles have theft radios. Make sure that you have the code. I'm gonna get in here. I don't see the code. Sometimes it's on the side of the glove box. Some of these new Hondas are CAN bus, so they will remember the radio for the car. So I believe this is one of those, so I'm going to go forward. I do need to check and get the wire colors for the subwoofer. We are going to solder onto this factory plug. We are not going to T-tap. Some people T-tap and have great luck. I like to treat every car like it's my own, so of course this is my own. And we are going to solder. I do have one other thing to add. If your HRV has these 3 microphones, so one in the back of the car, this one at the driver's side, and this one at the passenger side, you are one of the unlucky few that have ANC. So we do need to unplug the ANC module. So I will in fact have to remove this radio. So I will go ahead and do that and show you that process. Okay, so you do pop this side panel off on the passenger side, which is right there. This whole panel is one piece. I've already gotten it loose. So you take everything loose and you go ahead and unplug it. You have to unplug the radio to get it out. Make sure, like I said, that you have the security code or anything you need to do to get the radio out of anti-theft, if yours is equipped with anti-theft. So now I'm just going to unplug all these. They're all just push tabs, so not rocket science. antenna can be a little tricky. And that's it. Now this whole panel comes off. There is one more plug there. And that's it. This whole panel is off. So this is the dash removed. This, from what I understand, is the ANC module. And we are going to cut 1 or 2 wires here. I will try to link a schematic to what I found to do here in just a second. Okay, so to disable the ANC, everyone says you just unplug the ANC module. So I will leave it unplugged. I will zip tie it up out of the way. And then on your radio, since I am using the Access AXL-OCM, it will create my remote wire. So I am going to attach yellow to blue, black to black, then blue and white is the left speaker, yellow and brown is the right speaker. So I will solder this all together here, and like I said, blue and black, this is the 24 pin plug, then blue and white is left speaker, yellow and brown is the right speaker. Million ways people like to do this. Some people like to use the front speakers, some people like to use the rear speakers. I always use the rear speakers as long as there is a full range signal coming out of them. This car is not amplified, so the rear does have full range. In a sub install, that's all you need. Most lineup converters you can't really see have adjustable potentiometers inside. I like leaving them in the middle. You really don't need to turn them up unless you have a high amount of bass roll off. Disabling the ANC in this will eliminate the bass roll off and the funky reverb that you'll get. So I will come back to you in just a second once all these are soldered and connected and kind of show you the way I do it. Okay, so I have zip tied the ANC plug out so it won't rattle. I have connected all of my speaker wires. My LOC is back here. I will zip tie this up out of the way so it doesn't rattle. That way, and up over the console and bring my wires down there so I can track with the rest of the wires. Put the dash back together. Okay, so I got the bass knob installed in this panel. Super simple, left side of the steering wheel so passengers can't mess with it. Got the radio all installed. Check to make sure my LOC is working as well as the remote turn on. Everything's working great. So now we are going to pull all these wires to the back. So we've got to finish popping these panels loose. And so some of these rear ones I've noticed take a little bit of finagling. Just be careful not to break them. This panel here literally just pops off. Super simple. Removal of this makes it so much easier. You have one little panel clip right there, then this whole panel pops off, and then you can easily run all your wires to the back and not pinch anything. Okay, so here's the driver's panel all put back together again. Everything's back together on this side, fits good. If you have to force it, it's not right, so just remember that. Now, to me, this is going to be the trickiest part. I have to get all these wires under the seat and to the back area of the car. We're going to mount this right here. So to me, this will probably be the trickiest part. I also have to find a ground. And also, I know everyone's going to be in an uproar because I ran the power and the RCAs on the same side. on strictly a low wattage, low power sub install, you will never have a problem of engine noise. If you do, it is because you used super low quality wire. Plain and simple. You didn't use a good shielded RCA. You used Chinese 4-gauge, Chinese remote wire. So, I do this all the time. Now, if I was doing an amplified 4-channel amplifier, I would, of course, run RCAs, 9-conductor, everything on the opposite side of the power wire. But, you know, everyone's going to have their own take on this. This is a daily driver. This is not something that's going to compete. She literally just has a little single 10 she's had for 10 years. And every time she trades, I swap it around. So that's just my take on that. Another little small hint when you're taking this back panel out, pop these things loose. There is 2 Phillips head screws, and that will allow this whole rear cargo area to come out. So this is what you get when you remove everything, and I believe this is going to make my life a whole lot easier. So that's everything that we removed. Okay, so after a few minutes, got it all tucked up. My wife is not super picky, so she my wife is not super picky. Once the seat's up, you'll never see this. So back from here, you see very little. She did not want me to scoot it all the way up against the seat because she didn't want to cut anything. Just little wires. Sounds great.